Oh yeah, our next project. One of the other very popular genres of capstone project tends to be the meta project, something that is a tool to help developers or educators, especially us as instructors, make our lives easier. This next group identified and noticed that there was a place where we could make things smoother and more effective, and they tackled that kind of very project-based, project focus, see a need, fill a need. And if you guys are ready, you can start it up.
Hello, my name is John Pressman, and these are my teammates, Pablo De La Cruz, Scott Anderson, Joey Zhang, and Artie Tubchenko, and we are the team behind Reacto de Facto. Now, we all know about whiteboarding. It's a very important process in developing a software engineer's underlying skill set, underlying understanding of core CS and programming fundamentals. Okay, some technical difficulties. We're all good. Let's let it go through here a little bit. Okay, whiteboarding. It's a very important activity that we as software engineers need to practice. It helps develop and assess our understanding of core CS and programming fundamentals. Here at Full Stack, during senior phase, we practice whiteboarding almost every day in a process known as Reacto. Now, Reacto itself, the word, is just an acronym that helps guide Full Stack students through a particular whiteboarding problem. But it's also representative of the daily activity that we do. And we in Reacto de Facto found some areas for improvement in better facilitating that process, as Joey will go into next.
Thank you, John. So as you can see on the screen here, we had several ideas on how we can improve Full Stack's current reactive system. These problems that we wanted to solve were split into two different views, one for the student and one for the instructors. For the students, we wanted them to be able to visit our website to view all past reactive problems, who their partner was for the week, and whether or not they were there for the day, so they weren't left whiteboarding by themselves, wondering where their partner went. For the instructors, we want to streamline the tedious process of having to generate pairs every week, Slack out slides every day, and also remind us that it's time for Reacto every morning. I'll now let Artie talk about what students see when they enter our app.
Thank you, Joey. So a challenge that we faced in developing our web app was how to present the appropriate Reacto problems to the user in a very organized way. We spent a lot of time deliberating on this, and our solution was to show different views depending on the user's interviewee or interviewer status. The interviewer will see the daily assigned app, whereas the interviewee will only have access to their solutions to prior problems. As a result of this, we were able to ensure that our web app flows in tandem with the daily Reactos. And in addition to this, we have an extra feature where we will allow all users to view lecture videos in case they want to study up on any topic they might not be familiar with. And now I'll pass the microphone to Scott, and he will talk about further features of our app.
Thanks, Artie. For our admins, who are our instructors and fellows, we created a view that has three different tabs: users, pairs, and problems. By navigating to the pair view, we make it easy for our instructors to be able to take attendance. It will update in real time as students log in. So no longer do we have to take manual attendance. They can see who is logged in for Reacto. We eliminate that problem. Additionally, our app is integrated with Slack, so that when it comes time to generate the new weekly pairs, it's as easy as clicking one button, which will not only generate those new pairs, but it will send out a message to the appropriate cohort with those new pairs, so everyone knows who they're going to be partnered with for that week. Also, switching the daily interviewer and interviewee could not be easier, as seen. By navigating to the problems view, we allow our instructors kind of to set the problems that they want to go through by the different week. Also, when it comes time to assign the problem, it's easy to grant access. It's as easy as clicking one button, and once they do, they can ensure that due to our app's design that only the interviewers will have access to the problem initially. Also, every cohort has their own sets of problems, so different problems can be assigned to different cohorts without ever interrupting or accidentally giving the different access to different cohorts. Next, I'll pass it along to Pablo, who will talk about some of the technical challenges we faced and the technologies we use to solve them.
Thank you, Scott. One of the main challenges we face stem from the logistics of having multiple cohorts occurring simultaneously. Essentially, different cohorts could have different problems at different times. Therefore, when granting access to a problem, we wanted to ensure that we were only granting access to the users in that particular cohort. To accomplish this, we modified our schema design to allow our cohorts table to contain an array of selected problem IDs. Therefore, each cohort had their own set of problems that could be managed. As mentioned earlier, we also integrated Slack into our application. We did this by adding a post request to our pairing action creator that would hit a backend route that would then send another post request to the Slack application. Another technology we incorporated was Socket.io to allow admins and users to have a real-time list of who's logged in. Whenever a user logs in or logs out, an event listener will trigger an emission to tell our server to send a message to the other users to update their data. Please visit us at reactodefacto.herokuapp.com to see the additional features. Thank you.
I love projects that are kind of meta projects to make the team themselves much better at the whole process itself of Reacto and being great at technical interviews. This team they clearly understood the problem really well, and they built a solution that I think we'll really consider using here at FullStack.
Yeah, certainly the amount of thought that went into what are all the parameters of the problem and how do we properly address those parameters are things that we could definitely steal from a little bit. Another thing that I really like about that app is how classically like a React Redux app it is, with a lot of different views and state management and figuring out how to make that flow work correctly. And this is something that our tech stack that we teach here is really great for, but they also had to figure out all those nuances and ins and outs, which I think they did great.